Welcome back to Up the Commoners, and there should be a real buzz about this episode because we're going to infinity and beyond. That's rubbish. Just play the intro. Why do I say these things? So, since we last met, we've been doing all right. As you can see from the league table, we're currently sitting in fourth place. Played 11, won 7, lost 3, drawn that single game. Not a million miles off the top. Harlow still haven't lost a game. We're only 6 behind them, and as you can see, we're quite comfortably up and in the top half of the table, which is what the board kind of expected. Down the bottom half, we still got Baldock, we still got Harpenden Town are struggling, and I think based on how the first sort of 10, 11 games have gone, we're definitely going to be contenders for these playoff spaces. And yeah, since we've last met, we've played a few games. We'll have a look at how we got on. So last time we were here, we played Baldock Town and Potton United, where we got those 2 wins in the derby. Since then, we played Malton in the second qualifying round of the FA Vase, and it was a bit of a tight game, really. Malton being a step 6 side, so 1 step down below us. It was 3-3, and we were 3-0 up at half time. It went completely to pot in the second half. They pegged it back to 3-2, and then Nat Ansu popped up in the 94th minute and sent the tie to penalties, where from there on we missed our first penalty through Liam Smythe, but then Banks, Wynne, Reed and Carney all converted from the spot to get that job done. We then went to Kempston Rovers at home in the league, and as you can see, a very convincing performance and a convincing scoreline. Smythe and Ema making it 2-0 on the day. And we had 140 people in, so that's not actually a bad attendance for us. 50 away fans, a fair play to Kempston, but we were too much for them. We had another strange game, more late drama, a 4-4 away to Wormley. Again, I probably think we probably deserved a little bit more from this game. It was very back and forth with the scoring, up until sort of, you see, we scored 3 goals. 3 goals were scored, 85 plus, 85, 87, 89. We've got to stop conceding these late goals. I don't mind us scoring them. We just got to stop conceding them. We then followed that up at home to Dunstable Town, a 3-0 win. Ema, Banks and Luero. And again, as you can see, fantastic performances, especially from Luero and from Carney, the OG boys that are in the squad in real life as well. Then came a game we'd probably rather not talk about too much. Josh Wynne getting our only goal as we were beaten soundly by Haringey Borough 4-1, and it wasn't a great game for the defence. You can see the goalkeeper, right back, centre back all struggling again down that right hand side. I keep mentioning it. We need to do something about it. Clarence Ema was the only one who really got away with any sort of praise from that game. Josh Wynne with the goal as well. We have another new face to introduce to you guys. Sam Berwick has joined the club, 21 years old, and he, I was hoping, was going to be the answer to our issues at right back. His star ratings are fantastic. He was a director of football recommendation. And on the whole, he looks like he should be more than capable of playing at right back for us. But as you can see, he's played 3 games already. He's got 1 yellow card, no assists, and he's on a 6.27 for 3 games played at right back. So I don't know if this guy is going to be the answer. I don't know if we have to dip into the market again. It's probably too early to tell after 3 games, but we're going to keep an eye on that. We're definitely going to keep an eye on that. We do feel that sort of right-hand side, the right centre-back isn't the quickest. We didn't have a natural right-back until now. I'm not convinced that we have a natural right-back yet. It says here that he prefers to play in the 10 but can play right-back. But he's definitely, if you look at star rating, if you look at his technical ability, probably the best option for that position. The good thing about him is that he is very versatile. He's got a lot of experience. He's 32 years old. He can play pretty much anywhere in the midfield, holding wing back and right back. So we're gonna keep persevering. We are gonna keep persevering. Everything about him tells me he should be able to do the job, apart from his performances so far. But today, the first game we are going to bring you is a FA Vase game. It's the first round of the FA Vase. We got through the qualifier, and we're playing against a step 6 side, another step 6 side, and that is Infinity, who, from what I can see, are based down in Chichester, so right down on the south coast, and we're travelling to them. It says it's about 95 miles away, so it's a fair old travel for us today. This is the first round of the FA Vase. We skipped the first qualifying round. We came in the second. As you can see, it's the first round of 5 that we have to get through before we even get to a quarter final, and then we've got the semis and the final. The final is held at Wembley Stadium, and I alluded to this in the first episode, but this is a competition that I really want to at least get to the final and give the fans and the club a bit of a day out at Wembley for. It's a competition where we're kind of on a time limit because only step 5 and 6 clubs actually compete in it, and we are step 5, so we are sort of like the highest, sort of at the highest tier that compete in this competition. So if we go up this season and we don't win the FA Vase, that's probably going to be our last chance to have a shot at it. So really hoping that we can get a favourable run and that we can beat Infinity today, get ourselves into the second round and get a good draw again. But we will see how we go. Let's get you up to date with how we're doing as a squad. You'll notice that there's a couple of wanted signs. The first player that we got on our list that is wanted by other clubs is Liam Smythe. And he has actually been approached by many clubs so far. He seems to be turning every single one down. You'll see he's actually on a non-contract. All the new players that we brought in are on a part-time contract, so they can't be approached as such. But the likes of Newman Carney, Carcel Hilton, Luero, Smythe, Owusu, all these lads that were already at the club are on non-contract. So we might have to address that. Now that we started to play a few friendlies and build up the finances, we've got a little bit of extra money that we can maybe spend on wages to make sure that we tie down some of these key players, especially Carney, especially Luero, and especially Smythe. Ashley Glennon is the other one who has a lot of interest in him, and again, he hasn't gone anywhere. And we turned down a lot of loans for this young lad here, Robert Zadima. It's getting to the point where we might actually let him go out and maybe try and get him off the wage budget for this season, because as you can see, he's not really playing. In terms of performances though, we're seeing top performances from our 2 central midfielders, Jamie Reid and Liam Banks, who's had a bit of a turnaround since the last video. We were playing him out wide. He wasn't really performing there, so we kind of swapped him around with Luero, moved Luero out wide and moved Banks into the middle, and he's had a bit of a new lease of life, really. In terms of assists, we've got Jamie Reid with 5. We've got Hilton also with 5. Playford, the left back, has got 3, as has Ema and as has Banks. Goals-wise, Clarence Ema is top in the charts, 6 in 13. It's a decent return. Luero, 5 in 12. Very good considering he's either playing on the wing or in midfield. And Liam Smythe, he's not performing very well, but he's scoring goals. He's chipping in with goals every now and then. They do tend to come sort of in like the bigger wins, whereas Clarence Ema sort of scores like the second in a 2-1 sort of thing. He's not quite having the season we thought he was going to have, but it's still early days. There's still a chance that he's definitely going to hit double figures for us, and I think he's just going to keep growing. He's still only relatively young as well. Liam Smythe, 24 years old, plenty of potential, so I'm not too worried about that. The other surprise to me has been Josh Wynn, and if you remember, when we subbed him on against, I think it was against Potter, we were saying, we're going to have to put him on. He's not the greatest, he's definitely not up to the standard. And he came on and scored against Potter. He scored 3 goals and hasn't started a game yet. He scored 3 goals in 10 appearances off the bench. He just keeps popping up with goals. So fair play to him. He's actually proven me wrong. We're going to continue now, and we're going to get to that game against Infinity, and we'll show you how we're lining up. Okay, so we're still playing that 4-2, 4-2-2-2, 4-2-4, 4-4-2, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're still playing. In terms of the lineup, we're not going to change too much from the side that went out and lost against Haringey. We're going to stick with the back 4. Berwick, Sheridan, Carney, Playford, Hopkins is going to stay in goal. Banks and Reid have been outstanding. They stay the same. Luera on the left, Hilton on the right, and Smythe and Ema up front. As you can see, we've got Zach Whittle has dropped out from the starting lineup for when you were last here onto the bench. And we've dropped Robert Zadima off the bench and sticking with Josh Wynn, because as I say, he just pops up with the odd goal every now and then. It's quite nice. Kevin Owusu is someone that you could probably expect to feature. He's been coming off the bench most matches, as has Wynn, and Glennon as well. If we need that little bit of extra something in that attacking midfield, he will be coming off the bench also. Now, I can't express to you how much I want to win this competition this year. So we're going to ramp up the pressure on him a little bit in this team talk. We're going to say we expect to see a much better performance from you today, which kind of is ramping up the pressure, but it's kind of stating the obvious. Last time we went out, we lost 4-1. In the last round of this competition, we did play another Step 6 side in Moulton, and we got taken to penalties. I'm hoping it's a bit more straightforward today. It's been a quiet opening 10 minutes. Hopkins going to take this free kick for us. Goes out left to Luero, no one around him. Feeds it into Banks. Banks crosses it. There's no one there at the back stick. Hilton wins it back though. Oof, just over. Not bad, not a bad start. I'd like to see Hilton just busting a gut to get in there at that back stick though when that ball comes in from Banks. But I love those runs that Banks makes, breaking the lines and getting himself almost further forward than the strikers. Here's Reed to Playford, to Luero. Everything seems to be coming down on the left at the moment. Here's Banks, back to Luero. Can he deliver? And again, Hilton not making it at the back stick. And it's in. Liam Smythe. 1-0. Strike from the edge of the box from Jamie Reed. Took a deflection. And Smythe was the first one to react in the box. We look at that again. Headed away. Jamie Reed with a fairly tame effort. Bounces off an unlucky Infinity defender and falls to Smythe 6 yards out. We criticised him for his goal scoring. He wasn't going to miss from there. 1-0. Keeper with the ball in hand. Goes long. Should be easy for us to mop that one up. And we win the second ball and we're back in possession. I did start to worry at the start of the season about playing against teams who are playing a midfield 3 against our 2, but I don't really think we've had too much to worry about. Here's Banks, swings it into the box again. I'm loving this little run that he's making. Kind of in between the right back and the right centre back. And Luero's just finding him every single time. And where Banks can play wide, he's got that ability to whip the ball into the box too. Time's ticking away. I've just seen Smythe has picked up a knock. Bit of an orange injury. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. And assess it at half time as to whether or not we think he's going to be able to continue here. One last chance before the half ends. Lee Banks with the corner. Headed away, only as far as Hilton. Back to Banks. Cleared away again, and is that going to be the end? It is. We're through to half time, 1-0 up. We need to check on that injury to Smythe, but you can see we were fairly dominant there. I don't really think we saw a highlight for Infinity despite them having 5 shots on target. And we're going to say to them, don't get complacent. We're going to have a little look at Liam Smythe here. Potential thigh injury. It's a shame because he's having a good game, but I don't think it's worth risking injuring him anymore. Wynn's going to come on. We're going to do a little swap with Wynn. Play Wynn as a deep line forward and play Ema in that Liam Smythe role. It's slightly more advanced. We've got a throw on the right-hand side. Berwick takes it to Reed, back to Berwick. Swings the ball into the box. Luera's at the back stick, and it's a comfortable save from Bailey in the Infinity net. Okay, an hour in. We're going to make another change here. We're just going to keep some legs fresh. Owusu's going to come in, as is Glennon, maybe? No, I think we're going to hold on the Glennon sub just for now. I think we're just going to make the Owusu one. There we go. Berwick with the throw on the right-hand side to Hilton. Back to Berwick. Crosses. Headed away. Dunmore picks it up for Infinity. To Wallace. He's travelled a long, long way here. Swings it into the box. There's no one really there. Oh, Newman Carney gives away what looked like a fairly blatant penalty there. He's picked up a yellow card, which I think might rule him out via suspension. We could do with Hopkins pulling off a save here. Here's Dunmore into the back of the net. It really was a bad one from Newman Carney there. Just two arms straight into the back of the defender who had a ball at head height at the edge of the box. He wasn't really going to do too much with that, the attacker. But Infinity had drawn level. Bailey with a goal kick, headed back by Wynn. No one on the end of that header. Infinity knocking it about at the back here. That's a bad kick from Bailey. Jamie Reid latches onto it and shoots. It's over the bar. We're going to make some subs. We are going to make some subs. And I'm thinking we bring on Whittle at right back for Berwick. And I think we bring on Glennon for Hilton on that right-hand side. Time is starting to tick away from us here. But we've recovered possession. Playford knocks it forward. Headed away only as far as Owusu. Ball into the box. Bailey collects it fairly comfortably. Unless something happens here, I don't think that was much of a highlight. That worries me a little bit. Keeper goes long. Carney intercepts it. Reid plays it out wide to Glennon. Reid's having a fantastic game, by the way. Glennon knocks it past his man. Goes. Can he get it into the box? It looks like he's been brought down by Wallace there. And Banks swings the free kick in. Headed away. Wynn heads it back in to Sheridan. Oh, what a save by Bailey. Last couple of minutes of normal time. There's going to be 5 added on. You can see we've had 21 shots, 8 on target. We should really be hitting the target more. Here we go. 20 seconds. Glennon into the box. Infinity recover. Carney pumps it forward again. Bailey scoops it up fairly comfortably there. He's holding on to the ball here. We've played the 5 minutes of extra time and we are going to penalties. Right, who do we want to take a penalty here? So we got Smythe, we got Glennon. Smythe isn't even on the pitch. Glennon is. God, who do we trust to take a penalty? Newman Carney's got a great left foot. Reedy, and he's having a good game. Wynn's a striker. Banks is going to have to take one. Who do I want to start us off? I'm going to say Reedy to start us off. We could ignore Smythe because he's not on the pitch. Carney's got the composure. I always think number 4 is a fairly important penalty. Because if it kind of gets that far, that could be the one that wins it for you. Carney scored in the shootout in the last round as well, so we'll get him in there. Liam Banks. Technique's 9. Glennon. Technique isn't great at all, is it? Do I trust Ashley Glennon to take one? Who else have we got? Kev Owusu. I probably trust Owusu more than I trust Glennon here. So Glennon can be the 6th man. Clarence Emer. Clarence Emer should probably be fairly high as well. Is there anyone here we don't want taking one? I would say Emer. I'd say Emer's probably got to be in the top 5. Owusu can go in at 6. Yeah, Glennon 7, Playford 8, Whittle, Sheridan, Hopkins. There we go. I think we're just going to tell them, yeah, relax, pick your spot, don't change your mind. Come on, boys. Jamie Reid taking the first penalty to give us the advantage. Steps up, scores. Never in doubt. Not with the game he was having. I do think Hopkins is a good goalkeeper. I think he has got a save in him at some point. But that gets us off to a good start. Tomlinson is going to take Infinity's first penalty. Saved by Hopkins. Poor penalty, really. Hopkins, I don't know if he read it. I don't know if he just held his nerve. But he's kept it out. Win. He's a striker. He should be able to score. And he does. He does. I feel like I was a bit harsh on Josh Wynn when he first joined the club. He's done okay. He really has done okay. The captain, Brufton, for Infinity now. He's going to take it left-footed. Cool, calm and collected. Straight down the middle. Hopkins diving to his left. Didn't get anywhere near it. Clarence Emer Fairly confident with this one. Top goal scorer. Knows where the net is. Oh. Didn't need that, by the way. Didn't need that, but it's still 2-1. Well, they've got the penalty in hand. It's going to be Smith. Hopkins saves again. Get in now. Hopkins gets Clarence Emer off the line there massively. Newman Carney, he owes us one. He owes us one. He gave away that penalty. He's going to take it left-footed. Yes. We said he had a nice left foot. He scored in the last shootout. He scores again in this one. Number 4. What did I say? The 4th penalty. Important. Could be won or lost on the 4th. Always want to go strong on your number 4. Now, Emmanuel has to score this. And he does. He does. So is it going to be Lee Banks, I think? Another left footer? If Lee Banks scores, we're through. Here he goes. He's our set piece taker. I have faith. Lee Banks steps up, tucks it away. Through we go. So that's 2 rounds of the Vase we've played, and that's 2 penalty shootouts against lower opposition. I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but we can only take it round by round. We wanted to get through, and we have done. Oh, what do we say to him after that? We can't say you blew him away. Don't dwell on it. Focus on the next match now. I think that's fair. Okay, so we've actually won £825 for that one. And as you can see, when we started, we had under £1,500 in the bank. We're actually up to 7,330. And a lot of that is down to friendlies that we've been playing, but these couple of rounds that we got through in the FA Vase has definitely helped. I just wanted to check on Liam Smythe, really, and just see how that injury was. I didn't get a notification about it. He is injured here. He's going to be out between 9 days and 2 weeks, so he's going to miss the next game against Colney Heath for certain. And yeah, that could be quite a big miss for us, that. But the next game is against Colney Heath, and we'll bring you back if anything happens in between. Well, I'm going to bring us back in now because we've just had the draw for the second round of the Vase, and we are going to be playing Corinthian Casuals, who are another Step 5 side. So the first time we faced a Step 5 side. And look at that for a kit. Beautiful colours. They're doing pretty well this season by the looks of it. They only just lost to Dagenham and Redbridge in the FA Cup 2-1. They're playing in the Combined Counties League Premier South. Some good sides in there. Tooting and Mitcham, for example. And actually, after 10 games, they're currently sitting in second place. They scored the most goals in their league. They've got the most clean sheets. So this could be a tough round in the Vase for us. Their game in hand could actually take them ahead of Fleet Town, top of the league. So there we go. We know who we got in the next round of the Vase. But first up, we've got to play Colney Heath. Okay, so team selection for Colney Heath. Liam Smythe is still injured, so we're going to take him out and we're going to put Winning up top and do what we did in the last game when we brought Win on, is play him as a deep line forward and play Ema as that more advanced. I call this the advanced forward kind of role. Is that what it was on 24? That's what it kind of translates to. And then we're going to put, we're going to have to put Roberts Adema on the bench instead of Smythe. He's also got a bit of a knock, but as you can see, he's a lot more fit and closer to being ready to play if we need him. So there we go. That's going to be the team that's going to play against Colney Heath. We expect to win today. That's what we're going to tell them. Colney Heath playing a 4-4-2, which is interesting. That's the first time it's going to be a 2 versus 2 in the middle. I wonder what that means for our wingers. Are we going to be able to pin back their wingers? Are we going to be able to find space in between the wingers and the fullbacks on Colney Heath where they're going to be unmarked? I don't know. It's going to be intriguing, I think. We're underway here. 4 minutes in. Coney Heath. Look at the pressure we're putting on them from their goal kick. They're going to play out. Working it down their left, our right-hand side. Berwick has been caught out of position massively there. And oh my goodness, it's a great save by Hopkins. The striker, Ben, had to score that. It was point blank. And Hopkins, fantastic reaction save, but anywhere else in the goal, and he wouldn't have got anywhere near it. Early warning sign, though, definitely from Kabiru, who's had a great start by the looks of it, down that left-hand side. Hilton into Wynn, playing in place of the injured Smythe today. Wynn gives it away to Kabiru again, who scampers off down the left. He picks it up again, gives it to the left-back Laird. Oh, that's another good save. I think it was either a save or a very important deflection. We've got to do something to get ourselves into this game. We're going to demand more. They've got a free kick. Kalonda's going to take it. Surely that's not shooting distance. We've got a wall. Surely that's not shooting distance. And it's come off the back of his own player. Berwick can clear. You've got Reed. If he looks up, we've got Luero and loads of space. He finds him in the box. Oh, it looked like he tried to lift it over the top of the goalkeeper there, rather than just drilling it across the face of goal into that bottom corner. Action-packed first half. Ball across the box for Coney Heath. Jays gets on the end of it. Sheridan intercepts, passing it back to Hopkins, it's a poor clearance from Hopkins, really, and Coney Heath can keep the pressure on here. Newman Carney makes a tackle. They've hit the crossbar. This is a pretty worrying first 20 minutes for us, really. Just gone past the half an hour mark, and the way that first sort of 20, 25 minutes went, I'm kind of happy that we're still 0-0. Look at the XG. We kind of matched them for shots, but we're on a 0.53 XG compared to their 1.44. So they definitely deserve to be getting something from this game ahead of us. It's half time. We're going to have to shake things up at half time now. Subs wise, could be Luero off, and it could be Owusu on. But first of all, we're going to lay into him here a little bit. Far from pleased from what I've just saw. Luero is going to come off, I believe. Yeah, we'll do Luero for Owusu. We've got Roberts Adema that we could bring on for probably Ema, but I don't want to do that just yet. Ema's the top goal scorer as well. Roberts Adema is slightly injured, so we're just going to make that one change at half time. Coney Heath advancing into our half here. Look at the amount of white shirts flooding forward. Oh, it's a misplaced pass, and that's probably a lucky one for us, really. Hilton gets on the end of Sheridan's pass. Keeps going down the right-hand side. Now it's our turn to flood the box. Ball to the back stick. Here's Owusu. Ema. Oh. And it's clear this is like a game of basketball here. Jays. He's only got Ben up with him. He can't find him. Real end-to-end stuff. Playfield with the throw. Plays a quick 1-2 with Reed to Owusu in the box. Can he deliver? He can. It's Clarence Ema. Against the runner play, you might say. That's why we left him on, a top goal scorer. Scores a pretty important goal for us in terms of how this game was playing out. Some good work between Banks and Owusu. Leaves Ema with a chance that he couldn't not score there, really, could he? Sheridan with a long ball forward, cut out by Dixon. Here's Kabiru. Playford intercepts his pass. Banks can bring it forward. Berwick back to Banks. It's great work from Lee Banks here. Can he deliver? Ball into the box. Punched away. And the referee has given a penalty. It was a push on Reed. I didn't see it myself. I will admit, I was a little bit surprised by that. It was obviously off the ball. And Reed has got a yellow card for his troubles. Well, we have a penalty here. And who is it that's going to be taking this one? It's Lee Banks on a yellow card. slots it down the middle, and somehow, don't ask me how, we find ourselves 2-0 up. We find ourselves 2-0 up, and I think now's probably a good time to make a sub or two. Berwick is just struggling at right back, isn't he? So Whittle's going to come on for him. Who else have we got on the bench here? Glennon's the only other real option to come on. But Hilton is having a good game. We could do... I know he's just scored, but he's on a yellow and his legs are running out. We could do Glennon for Banks. We could put Ema back into midfield and play Glennon up front. How about that? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Newman Carney with the ball. Back to Playford. Loads of time, loads of space. Little flick to Ema. Back to Playford for Owusu. Here is Owusu. Playford into the box. Hilton with the header. And it's just gone wide. We're into the last 10 minutes here. And we're going to go defensive. Just to try and see this one out. Hopkins with a goal kick. Out to the right back, Whittle. Win forward to Hilton. Deflected cross, and Gautier puts it behind for a corner. That looked like it might have been creeping in that from that deflection. I think we're going to match him as well. I think we're going to try and match him. We're just going to bring back Owusu and Hilton. And we're just going to ask them just to sit a little bit more, both in and out of possession. Because there's only a few minutes left on the clock. There's no need for us to do anything silly here. And we're going to ask them to focus. Okay, we're into added time. Colney Heath had the ball. Foy finds Ben with loads of space and he scores. Oh dear. We've only got a couple of minutes just to hang on here. Our high line has been caught out there. I kind of like playing with a high line. I kind of like having that as part of our identity of how we play. Feels like a little bit like Ange there, to be fair. Seconds left. Surely, referee, that is time. And there we go. We've got our win. Weren't at our best. Definitely weren't at our best. But we got the result in the end. That's it for another episode of Up the Commoners. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. As we said before, it really helps us out, helps other people find this content as well. And if you want to keep up to date with what the real life Biggleswade United are doing, as always, their social media handles will be on the screen now. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, take care.